Okay, happy 4th of July. Obviously, this is a date that American history, 4th of July, it's obviously one of our biggest holidays. But from a presidential standpoint, it's really remarkable. And I'll go through kind of why it's remarkable from a presidential history standpoint. But the first thing is two of the principal authors and signers of the Declaration of Independence, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, after their presidencies, it was very contentious. They didn't like each other. So even though they worked together on the Declaration of Independence, by 1808, after the two of them, after Jefferson left office, they were bitter enemies. There was no love lost between them. John Adams actually didn't stick around to see the inauguration of Jefferson. He left Washington. He was just so unhappy with the whole situation. So by this point, 1808, the break is irrevocable, or so it seemed. A mutual friend kind of contacted both of them a few years later and said, you guys really should kind of make up. And so in 1812, John Adams wrote a letter to Jefferson, just kind of wishing him well, wishing his health was well. And that started a remarkable chain of letters back and forth between the two of them over a course of about 14 years. Really the rest of their lives, or almost the rest of their lives. All these letters are preserved, and you can find them. I think they're online at the Library of Congress. But what's really remarkable is that the two of them both died in 1826 on the 4th of July, exactly 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. I mean, you can't script this stuff, right? So John Adams' last words were, Jefferson still lives. He died in the evening of July 4th. What he didn't know is that Jefferson had actually died a few hours before. So Jefferson died first and then Adams. But on the same day, exactly 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's one of the great ironies of history. So the other thing that's interesting is that James Monroe, another one of the founding fathers, and the only the only president that was wounded in the Civil War, also died on the 4th of July in 1831, so 5 years later. Then the other thing we've got is that Calvin Coolidge was born on the 4th of July. And so again, there's no other combination of dates where we have four presidents that were either born or died on the same date, except for the 4th of July. So the irony being the country was born on the 4th of July, and we've had three presidents die on the 4th of July and one born on the 4th of July. So that's what I have for you today. See you tomorrow.